Welcome back, everybody. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about what is the Warzone meta right now, especially after the latest uh nerfs that they did to Cold War. They kind of just like balanced everything out. I don't think there's ever been a time where the Warzone meta has been this open. Even before this, it was open, but with the update that they did last week, where they kind of nerfed almost every gun, it kind of just they balance, they try to balance everything out, so it kind of just made almost everything open, almost everything. Now I'm not gonna give you guys like a loadout thing. I already did that a couple days ago. I'm kind of just gonna talk about every specific weapon and what I think is the best weapon from each class category, like with the best AR, the best SMG, shotgun, LMG, tactical rifle, etc. Now, this it's gonna have a lot of opinions, so everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You're entitled to yours, but I think almost you could basically get away with almost using anything by this point. You might be at a disadvantage if you use like a let's see, what's the gun you might be at a big disadvantage? Maybe the KSP, maybe the KSP 45 is probably the worst SMG in that category. The HAR is horrible. 725. It could be close range, but probably one of the worst shotguns for Warzone since there's only 2 shot to the shotgun shells. What's the worst LMG? Which I think probably the Holger. Probably the Holger is the worst LMG, so you probably want to stay away from the Holger. Tactical rifles, probably the worst one might be like the Type 63. Like it's not like it has bad damage, but its control is real bad. Now, all right, boys. So getting down to like in my opinion, one of the more better ARs right now. There's really 3, 4, 5 really. The most popular one is definitely gonna be the Farah, just because it's the easiest one to use in this category. It still has the least recoil out of this category. Even though it did get that recoil nerf, it still has very little recoil. You know what I'm saying? The second will probably definitely be the C58, especially now with that 4x scope that I was talking about. You may get way less recoil with it, and etc. like that. So these are definitely like the AR metas, but don't get me wrong, not saying that like the RAM is horrible, because the RAM is still like a really good AR. I don't know if you guys remember back a couple seasons ago where if you didn't use the FFAR when it was prime time, bro, you will really be at a big disadvantage up close. You know what I mean? If you didn't use, what was it, the DMR, bro, oh my god, I don't know if y'all boys remember the DMR season. If you weren't using the DMR during that season, then you're not gonna win that long range gunfight if the other person that you're fighting has a DMR. You know what I mean? Unless they're like horrible and just missing every single shot. But yeah, those were the metas. You know what I mean? Those things that like the AUG, bro. I kind of miss those days, bro, where the AUG just used to be so good. But you will only see the AUG now. You will only see the AUG back during the meta days. Now the meta is kind of like an open meta. I don't even know if things should be even called a meta anymore, because you could basically, like I said, get away with using anything. Like you could use an MP7. It's not like the best SMG in the world, but it's not like the worst SMG in the world. Like your MP7 could definitely compete with like a LC10, a MAC-10, even PPSH at those like mid ranges. It can basically compete with almost like every SMG, really. So that's why I'm saying, like, even people using the PP19, the P90, I had used it a couple times and it wasn't like that bad. The Fennec is really good close range, but not good for long range. The Striker, surprisingly, it actually does have pretty good damage. I used it for a while a couple seasons ago. That was a couple seasons ago, but they never ever touched the Striker. The UMP, good damage profile. The ISO, probably the ISO is like a down there for the Modern Warfare SMGs, but hey, it's a little fun gun to use if you're tired of using the same things. The MWMP5, yeah, know how the MWMP5. The Uzi got a buff. I don't know how good it is really. I haven't tried it. Seen a couple people use it, but the Uzis, and it's good in multiplayer, but Warzone is, and the AUG, this is probably the one not to use, but you could also throw on those damage rounds that kind of make this like a little AR. So it really is a tough decision here for the SMGs. Maybe if you're playing Rebirth, or solos, use the nail gun. Is still probably the best one for up close, like 5-10 meters. And really, you can basically use anything to your preference. You know, I might start using the Mac 10 again, because every time I've been picking it up off ground loot, it's been feeling really nice, bro. It's been treating me nice. Every time I pick it off ground loot. But probably I might end up sticking with the OTS 9 just because I rarely lose any gunfight up close with the OTS 9, unless I'm like missing all my shots. So yeah, I definitely think for the meta SMGs is actually gonna lean more to the OTS 9. Because I rarely lose any gunfight with the OTS 9 up close, and I don't even have like the crazy attachments. Like I have the mounted flashlight, spend less stock, and before that I think I was running the tactical stock. It gives you pretty good like strafe speed and stuff. 40 rounds. You can use the Vandal for faster reload. Doesn't even affect your ADS as much as like other guns do. Bruiser, you run really quick with it, and sound suppressor. So for this one, for the SMG category, I'll kind of give like the OTS 9 like the best SMG out of this category, but it's not saying that it's like it's gonna always win in every situation, you know. Like maybe like AK-47U could beat it at range, you know, because the OTS 9, it's not the best at range. It's good really close up range for like those SMG fights, but let's say in sub situations where you run out of ammo your AR and you gotta pull out your SMG and you're fighting against the AK-47U, you're probably gonna lose against the AK-47U because the 74U has the best damage range damage in the SMG category. Also with the Milano Bullfrog. So yeah, y'all. Hey, like I said, the meta is really open right now. To be honest, I don't really have like a answer like for what's the meta right now. Like I said, for the ARs, probably end up being anywhere between the Farah, C58. I saw this clip of Swag using the M4A1 from MW and clutching up a dub. I don't know if y'all boys saw that. It was actually pretty nutty. And yeah, bro, some people like the XM4, some people don't. The Krig, some people like it, some people don't. I don't like it. You kind of get a lot of hit markers with the Krig, but it's an easy gun to use though. So it kind of depends on what your preference is, you know. So yeah, that's kind of for the ARs. SMG, like I said, my go-to probably still be the OTS 9. Shotgun. Now the shotgun I used to have a lot of fun when I ran the Street Sweeper. The few times that I ran the Street Sweeper, the Gallo a few seasons ago was actually hitting for a while. Just don't run the Howard 77 and the 725. The R90 is still decent. It's not like the shotgun shows like it used to be last season. Last year. I don't know if y'all boys remember that. It was actually quite fun sometimes running this. But it was up close, so it was kind of, you know. Model 680. I actually lost some gunfights up close with this. No, you'll rarely see anybody run the Model 680. But with the shotgun shows, it's actually not that bad, bro. The only bad thing about it is that it is a pump shotgun, so you gotta, you know, you shoot and you gotta pump back. So that's the only bad side. The Origin, yeah, boys, remember the Origin meta? That was a meta, bro. This gun was a real meta back in the day. Because it was broken with its range, fire rate, damage. It was broken. It was a broken shotgun. And let me tell y'all boys about this one. Tell me if you remember this, bro. The FR 5.56 underbarrel shotgun, bro. Put a FR, a MWFR in the comment section down below if you watch this and you remember the underbarrel shotgun. That was the most broken thing ever for 2 days, bro, last year. Because I'm interested to see how many of y'all played this game last year long enough to remember this. Because if y'all boys remember this, bro, it was absolutely disgusting, bro. That was 100% meta for like 2 days. Absolutely broke. I think it was the most broken thing ever that happened in Warzone. Now, LMGs category. Y'all know how I feel on LMGs. I don't really like LMGs. I know Jay got said the RPD is pretty good. M60, that one's just way too slow. The RPD is a little bit faster. You know what I mean? Shoots quicker too. The MG, it was good at the beginning of season 4, but bro, the Nerf kind of gave it too much recoil. The Stoner is probably top 3 LMGs right now. I'll say the Stoner, the PKM, and the Bruin. Now, I know the Bruin, it got a nerf a few seasons back, but it's still relatively a fast killing LMG. The Bruin, the PKM, and Stoner, in my opinion, are the top 3 LMGs. Fourth would probably be the RPD. Fifth, I might give it to the... I don't know if I want to do Fin, because the Fin is actually like unusable at some certain seasons. But you could definitely customize the Fin. But definitely top 3 is the Bruin, PKM, and the Stoner and LMG categories. They're all pretty similar. Probably the Bruin you could get away with being the fastest. You could do the 70 round mag, but you end up getting a lot more recoil with that and stuff like that. Now, tac rifles, I don't recommend really running any tac rifles anymore. If this was season 1 or season 2 of Cold War Warzone, then yes, it was definitely meta. M16 AUG days, DMR days were one of the most disgusting metas. But right now they're probably one of the worst things to use. I kind of wish they'll buff the tactical rifles, because they really are not that good anymore. They're really slow, so I wish they will buff it a little bit, because they absolutely killed all the tactical rifles. The DMR and the Type 63 have so much recoil. The AUG is too slow, and also the M16 was too slow. The Carb 2 is alright, it's an exception, but you know, and not really many people are gonna use it. So I don't mainly out of all of these categories, I don't recommend running tac rifles anymore. They're kind of just obsolete. They were a thing of the past, unless they get buffed soon. But tac rifles is a no. It's a no-go. Marksman rifles, this is just MW weapons. The only one I recommend using is the Kar 98. Best sniper in Warzone, hands down. EBR, some people were trying to use the EBR like the DMR. It's decent. It's decent. It's just one of those guns to have fun with. MK2. This gun actually won me $80 last year. As like a challenge, but I don't recommend using it because it's so horrible. SKS is alright. SKS is actually alright. I'll say like the Kar 98, SPR, and SKS are the best options in this category. But really, you should only use the Kar because the SPR is too slow. I think it got nerfed. I'm not sure. Now for the sniper rifle category, Jay got said the Pellington's the best Cold War sniper to run, and then it's the Swizz. He put the Pellington above the Swizz, but I'll put the Swizz above the Pellington really, because the Swizz is a super satisfying sniper rifle to use, bro. Also with the Tundra, if you could use that. Also with the ZRG. So in the snipers category, you could basically use almost every sniper besides the Dragunov, Right Tech, and M82. I don't know. Some people have actually used this. I've seen like Thin use this before, and they've gotten pretty crazy kills. But hey, the only snipers I really recommend using is the Swizz. If y'all want to go OG style, AX50 and HDR OG style, but they are really slow though. And probably the Tundra, the Swizz, Tundra, Pellington, probably the best 3 sniper rifles right now. Actually, I have to put the Kar on top of their Swizz, so it'll be Swizz. So it'll be Kar 98, Swizz. I don't know if I should give it to the Pellington or Tundra. They're kind of like a tie. The more satisfying one, in my opinion, is the Tundra. In those pre-game lobbies, they'd be super satisfying, even though I never tried it. So yeah, probably give it to the Kar 98 as the best sniper rifle to use in Warzone right now. Melee, we only got Riot Shield. Riot Shield is just for trolls. It's sometimes actually fun to use the Riot Shield, especially if you get bored of Warzone. Try the Riot Shield, bro. Throw on some stuns and restock and just mess around, really. And yeah, bro, I mean, handguns, the only handgun that I really recommend using now is either the AMP, the Madi, the Psychov single, and the M19 dualies. Now the M19 dualies actually have one of the best TTKs for close range, but it has to be really close range, like 5 meters. Anything above that, it's kind of really hard to control, really hard to use. I don't know if y'all boys remember the snake shot days. Those are crazy. And also the Renetti. So really the only handgun I recommend using now is the AMPs, because those got buffed, and the Dematis for close range, and definitely the M19. So those 3 definitely. And Renetti, like I said, and with the Psychov, put fully loaded like I did here with my class setup. To get fully loaded, let's say when you're getting your second loadout as your ghost or high alert class, this is what I like doing, you know what I'm saying. And what is the last category? Launchers is just for trolls, bro, but some people really do like running the Strela P. When it shoots, it's almost automatic, bro. The bullet shoots super quick. Also the Pila's good if you want to destroy choppers, I guess. RPGs is just a troll, bro, really, in reality. M79. You know, probably the best one in here will either be the Strela P or the Pila. Maybe the RPG. Hey, but I recommend either like the Strela P or Pila if you're gonna use a rocket launcher for some reason. And regular melee, yeah, boys already know it is the Kali sticks, hands down the best melee out of here. I know some people like the Wakazashi, but they take too slow to kill. Kali sticks are actually a pretty good like weapon secondary to use, you know what I mean, especially if you like running around quick around the map. If you just get your ghost class, have to come in from the gulag or something, you know, they're pretty good to run. They could be actually insanely broken. 2 hits up close, they get an incredibly insane lunge, so you know, that's just to throw around. But hey, they're actually decent, they're not like horrible, you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's almost about it for this video. Just a video to make, to be honest. I was kind of like bored. Also, by the way, my bad for the late upload. I was kind of like all over the place today. But either way, let me know what y'all think about my opinions on the Warzone meta right now. I think it's the most open thing yet ever. So yeah, boys, let me know what y'all boys think. Love y'all boys, take care, man, and I'm out, bro. Peace.